Hi guys, welcome back. It's LSP, day 32 of my challenge to take 150 to 10k. As always guys, this is my own personal journey, it's not trade advice, and I'll just get straight into it. I did a bunch of trading, today, and ended up taking a £15 loss total on a bunch of trades on cable, actually trying to go long. And at one point I was in profit by about £7 or £8, and then it kind of went against me, which gave me the indication and the clue, along with USD Japanese yen and some of the crosses, as to what pound Japanese yen was going to do. And this trade that you see before you right now is the trade that I've been trying to get into for fucking weeks. Yeah, and you'll see that throughout the video. I keep talking about this level over and over and over again. Right now I'm just looking for 148 to get tagged. Which I believe it's going to happen today. We're talking about another 25 pips, but the low of the day was at 19, 148.19. So we just need one more little push, and we're good to go. The stop on this was a 25 pip stop, and you can see that I've got one standard lot on this account, which is £1 a point. And again, the reason that I've opted to take a one standard lot on this account, like on this trade, is because this set up exactly how I wanted it to set up, what I've been looking for weeks, and it gave me the opportunity to jump in with one standard lot, get a nice 25 pip stop. I risked 25 pips, which means if I'd have got taken out of this, I would have been obviously down to around about £99, and I was prepared to take that because, like I said, everything's set up exactly how I like it to, and I did a lot of cross analysis, you know, with the Japanese yen crosses, and obviously with cable doing its thing, and reversing on me when I was in it this morning. Perfect. Yeah, so I was 90 to 95% sure that I was going to get this today, and as you can see, you know, it's given me the movement that I'm looking for. So I'm hoping this is going to get tagged while I'm actually talking to you guys, which would be pretty cool. But if not, then obviously, you know, in the interest of keeping the video down to a normal amount, you know, in terms of length, then obviously I'll shut it off if I have to. But for now, I'm happy to just kind of hang around for a little bit and see what happens. And if this does get tagged, it's going to be like £84.30, I think. Yeah, £84.30, which would bring the balance up to over 200 quid, basically about £208 something, which will be, you know, 50 plus over the starting balance of 150. I could take it now, but you know, I learned a long time ago, guys, to not trade this P&L. Okay, you know, I used to. You know, you take a trade, you lose some money, you want it back. You know, so you double up. You try and you know, take a smaller amount in terms of pip movement. You know, you get your money back, and then you move on, so on and so forth. You know, I learned a long time ago to stop doing that. You know, to stop allowing my emotions to get the best of me, and just trade what you see on the charts. You know, there's absolutely no reason for me to get out of this trade at all. Nothing, zero, nothing. I'm going to keep the original stop in, because I have seen pound Japanese yen come all the way. Not obviously this is specific, but I've seen Japanese yen come, you know, all the way back up to my entry before, and then reverse and go and hit its target. So shit like that happens. Yes, it's frustrating, but in the interest of just keeping this trade at a level where I'm comfortable with, I'm just going to leave everything as it is, and I'm expecting that to get tagged, like I said, hopefully during this recording, which I think would be really cool. We've got literally 20 pips to go. I'm currently up, give or take. Why am I even looking at this one? I can just look down here. I'm up 53 pips basically because this is £1 a point. So let's see. We should, when we get to the low of the day, which is literally a couple of pips away, we should see a spike. You know, a little bit of range expansion. Probably what's going to end up happening, and I really hope I can capture this. Probably what's going to end up happening, as we're within about 10 pips of this, it's just going to bang. It's literally just going to expand right through this price. So look, we're down at 17, 15, 14. Come on, bitch, get down there. And at this point, guys, 100%, we're going to stop down to +3 or whatever. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but that's the Bing on my phone just telling me that I've just made an adjustment. So yeah, let's just keep watching for a minute. 16 pips, 15 pips, 14. When we get to, like I said, when we get to sort of 10, we should see a pop here. I'm going to zoom right in, guys. We should see a little bit of a pop here, straight through that level, which should tag my order, and then we can just stop the video and we can all just move on. I can't make another cup of tea, I think. Okay, 12, 10. There we go. Yeah, man. A little bit more. To be fair as well, I'm going to get ready as well because I've seen some really stupid shit on Japanese yen before, pound Japanese yen. So I want to get ready to take this off if it gets down to like 140, 148.01 and then just reverses and then comes all the way back up here, which would not surprise me. But yeah, let me just keep an eye on this. Oh. What price level is this for my target profit? 147.93. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, man. I think she knows that I'm doing a recording. She knows I'm doing a recording that you guys are watching. We should start getting expansion now. We're so close to this low that we should literally just spike right through this. And the low currently sits at 147.95. So excuse me. So we should comfortably get through the 148 big figure. And the only reason I'm keeping this going, guys, is obviously I'm so close to target. Normally I would have been finished on the video, but so close to target, I may as well just wait and see if we get this order tagged. Let me just see something. I'm not going to open any. I just want to see if the spread's opening up a little bit. No, that's fine. 2 pip spread. Just keep an eye on the spread. You should see this. Pop. There we go. Come on. Like I said, I'm going to get ready, guys. I'll be happy to take this at 148. I'm not, I don't really care about the last sort of few pips, but we should get the 148 big figure. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever that this would not go through the 148 big figure. So 10 pips is nothing on this pair. But she is teasing. She is teasing. Sorry if you can hear what I'm about to do now, guys. I'm just going to take a vape. I used to be a smoker many years ago. I stopped smoking about 7-8 years ago. So I'm just going to have a vape. Time is it? 12:09. Let's see what she does in the next sort of couple of minutes. And just as a side note, guys, you know what I used to do, and I still do from time to time, that I used to record my trades. I used to record myself trading, and I would painstakingly go through hours and hours and hours of video. If you get an opportunity, you know, right now I'm using a Mac. Okay, so if anybody's got a Mac and you get an opportunity to, you know, not an opportunity, sorry, but if you're using a Mac and want some recording software, you can get free recording software, but I do really like Camtasia because I've been using it for years. But it's really cheap on a Mac compared to the Windows version. The Windows version is hundreds of pounds. I think it's like 200 and something pounds. Whereas the Mac version, at least when I got it, was like 75, if I remember, which I bought years ago. But either way, if you have the money to do it, you know, or if you don't have the money but you still want to record your trades, just search for free recording software, screen recording software, and do it. Record your trades or record yourself trading, because you know when you can actually physically see price moving around, I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world. Like it will give you so much insight, you know, into. I've gotten so. I'll tell you another way. I've got so used to watching, not just this, but you know, I've got so used to watching the market like level 2 window when I used to trade stocks, that I could literally trade with just the level 2 and the ticker tape reader, right? Because I used to read the tape as well. It was you become so accustomed to seeing the small little nuances, the blips, the this, the that, the other, that it makes a massive difference to your entries and your exits. Because sometimes it's very easy to just say, well, look, do you know what, I'm going to get in. And remember, I'm a scalper, guys, right? So, you know, for me, watching all of this shit made a lot of sense for me. You know, it was something that I used to absolutely love it. You know, and I still do, but that's still ingrained in me. It's just one of those things that I'm so used to seeing, which is why you saw me pop this up. You know, I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I don't know if there's other traders out there that do what I'm doing now, but I'm watching this very, very closely to see, you know, what price is doing, how it's moving around, and obviously it takes a long time. It takes years to get to the point, you know, where you're, where you can see, because obviously the pound Japanese yen, I'm slowly starting to become familiar with this pair. It's going to take a while. It's going to take months and months and months for me to understand its nuances, the spikes, the wicks that it creates, why it creates the wicks, you know, why it moves the way that it does, you know, how much the pair is manipulated, and so on and so on. And it starts with this. It starts with this, and I start to make notes. You know, you saw it. It went up. You know, it was bouncing around 11, went up to 15. The spread hasn't opened up yet. You know, all of this, for me anyway, at least. I love all this shit, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. It makes, you know, it makes my day basically to sit down and watch shit like this unfold. And we should start to get. We should get the pop. We should get this nice little pop through this low now. And you can see I'm getting ready. I'm going to get ready to see what happens when it hits this. When it hits the whole number. Spread still fine. See what it's doing. Look at this. It came all the way down to 0.1. What did I say? All the way down to 0.1, and then you get a sort of, you know, a 6 or 7 pip move higher. But just to give you an idea of what it is that I look for, see what happened before when it was around about sort of 10, between 10 and 12, and then it kind of popped higher, another 6 or 7 pips, and then it went lower again, and then it's come all the way down to 1, and then it's kind of popped up to around about 6 or 7 pips, and it went to 8 pips. So, you know, to some people that doesn't mean anything. To me, it kind of does, because it's all internalized with me when I used to sculpt all the time, and it allows me. It helps me to feel out the stock a little, like, let's say stock, but it helps me to feel out the pair a little bit more, and get a better indication as what's going on. The other thing as well that people do, you see how it just came down there and it flirted with the 148.01, 138.01 to 148.03, so still a 2 pip spread. A lot of people get frustrated. They start to get pissed off because they're like, oh my god, it was so close. Why didn't I just take it? And they end up taking. the exit here, for example, they're like, oh, you know, I've had enough, I'm sick of being in this, and they, you know, they take it. And even though it's still a great trade, me taking it off right now, in doing so, I've opened myself up to, number one, breaking my my trade analysis, because again, I believe that this is going to go and tag 148, you know, with the 148 big figure. Well, I wouldn't be in it if I didn't think it was going to do that. And number two, if I was to take the trade off now, I opened myself up right for some emotional shit. Why didn't I just take it when it went down there the first time? You know, oh, well, it's gone up, I've taken the trade off. Now it's gone back down there and it's tagged the 148. Not only has it tagged the 148 big figure, it's even gone down to 147.80, 147.70. You know, and you start to get pissed off and frustrated, whereas if you just leave the trade and let it do what it needs to do, it's either going to tag my 148 or it's going to go all the way back up and it's going to stop me out. That's it, there's nothing else. If I wanted out of this trade, I'd get out of this trade. And some people don't understand that. They're like, well, why don't you take some profit now? Why don't you take partials? Because I've been waiting for this trade. I've been waiting for this trade forever. And this is one of those times when I'm going to say that I'm married to a trade. You know, I'm not getting out of this unless it hits the 148 or I get stopped out. That's it. You know, and I'm comfortable with that. I'm more than happy with that, because remember, you know, I planned this trade for a while. I waited for an opportunity. Today was the opportunity. It gave it to me. Everything lined up perfectly. And there's absolutely no reason, in my mind at least, that this would not tag the 148 big figure. You know, every bounce that it has, as it gets close to it, is becoming less and less and less important. Not important, but every bounce that it does when it gets closer to the 148 big figure is becoming it's not as strong, basically. You know, and this is what I'm getting at when I'm saying that I read the tape. Or it's not a tape, obviously, but I'm reading the price action. Every time it pops back up there, it's becoming less. It's becoming weaker and weaker and weaker on the bounces, basically. So why would I get out of this trade? It doesn't make any sense, at least from my experience, anyway. So look, man, I'm just mumbling now a little bit while I'm waiting for this trade, because I want it to get tagged. I want it to get tagged while we're sitting here, which would be really cool. And then I can just kind of, you know, call it a day. And kind of just, you know, render the video and stick it on YouTube. So here we go. Come on, come on, come on. See a spike through. The other thing I'll say as well, guys, I'm really sorry if there's any hissing in the background. I've got a pair of Bose headphones which are noise cancelling, and they're phenomenal. The QC35s, the first version, not the second version, because they're like 30, I think they're about between 60 and 80 pounds cheaper, and in my opinion they're better, to be fair, than the new version. The new version's just got some Google shit on there. But anyway, the point is, I can't hear anything. I can't even hear my own voice at the minute, so I've no idea what the recording's going to come out like, so I do apologise. That's the first time, did you see it? It just popped up on the target profit as green. It's the first time it's got there, so again, just keep an eye on that. And like I said, I'll be happy to take this off as it spikes through 148. Don't necessarily have to get my my target, you know, my target profit field, or my limit, or whatever you want to call it, TP field. So let's see. Day 74. Here we go. This should be the one. Yeah. This is indicative, or indicative, guys, of you see how they're kind of just bouncing around in this 3 or 4 pip range. I mean, that's very controlled, very, very, very controlled. When this goes through, it should anyway. When it goes through the 148, it should pop by a good 7 or 8 pips, possibly 10 pips. But again, you know, we'll see. I'm not getting frustrated with the trade. I'm getting more frustrated at the fact that it hasn't tagged it yet, so you guys can see it in the video. I really want to show this in the video. I don't kind of want to stop the video because it just takes so long to render longer videos. So I really want this to kind of go through, and then I can wish you guys well for the rest of the week, and then just do you know, do the rendering, and we take it from there. I don't know if I can see how long this recording's been going on. No, I can't. Can I? No. Can't see it, so. Oh, kind of running out of things to say, guys. It's still snowing. I love it. Let's look outside. Yeah, still snowing. Beautiful, man. I love the snow. Alright, this is like the 5th time it's been down here now, in a 10 pip range, so I am ready. My Jedi skills are to hand. You know, if I take this right now, it's just going to go straight through it. Yeah, guys, do you know what? I think I'm probably going to have to stop the recording. This recording's been going on for a while, man, and it's going to take, by the looks of things, excuse me, by the looks of things, a little bit longer before it tags that order. Let me just drop down to a 15. Let's see what the 15 minutes saying. We've got about 6 minutes left on this candle. What's the hourly saying? Yeah, I may have to stop this recording. I'll just show you guys afterwards. We'll give it one more chance, guys. We'll give it a couple of minutes. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll give it to 12:30, which is 6 minutes away. And I'll try and fill those 6 minutes with just, I don't know, random shit, I guess. A little bit of a blip. Might have been worth hanging around. Alright, we should get it now. This should be the one, guys. Boom, boom, boom. I want to see the ask. I want to see the ask below. There we go. Come on. I'm happy with that, guys. More than happy with that. So there you go. All in all, a decent trade. Can't grumble at that, guys. Cannot grumble at that at all. Let me just go to the 15-minute and just show you the actual trade itself. Which would have been this one. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. You know, it's worth it, guys. I mean, I've been waiting for this trade for a while, and now that it's just tagged and I've got a little bit of time to just kind of stop focusing and just relax for a second. I've been, like I said, I've been planning this trade for a while, but not only have I been planning this trade for a while, the context behind this trade was, there was a lot of context behind this trade, guys. It wasn't just, well, I'm going to willy-nilly get in and I just know it's going to go down there. It took a long time to form. As you can see, if I zoom out on the hourly, you can see this, guys. I mean, this is, look at the consolidation from all the way back in, almost at the beginning of February, first week of February. It's been kind of grinding between, it's up and down within these. And don't get me wrong, these ranges are wide enough to take some pips, of course, but it's been going up and down for ages. Why did I choose to take it here of all the days? Why didn't it happen here? Why didn't it tag the stops here today? Back then, the ones that it's going for, today. Why didn't it do it on this move here? Why not this one? Why not this one? Why not this one? Why is it today? Yeah, and think about this. I'm not trying to be a smart ass. I'm not trying to pretend that I know something that other people don't, or that I'm better than anybody else, or anything silly like that. But for me, I've publicly shown. This is the 30-second. Like this is basically video number 32, and obviously there's been lots and lots of videos in between all of that as well. And I've mentioned pound Japanese yen so many times. In those videos, not all of them. But I've thrown it on Twitter, I've mentioned it many times in video format. I've been talking about this, and every night I've been sitting down, been marking off the levels. You don't see the levels obviously on this chart. I've got a different profile. But I've been marking off the levels, I've been keeping an eye on the pairs, I've been keeping an eye on the crosses, and I've been very focused on that moment where I believe, okay, there's nowhere else, according to my analysis and according to what I know as a trader and the experience that I have over the years, there's absolutely no other reason for price to go up now. It has to go down. That's when I feel comfortable to just get in and just let it go, basically. And I do believe it's going to get tagged. I do believe this low is going to get tagged today. If you remember, I did a live recording of a trade that I did on the pound Japanese yen, and in that video, I was doing it live. I was actually saying I firmly believe that the 148 was going to get hit that day. Not the 148. I believe it was 149. Yeah, I think it was the 149. I firmly believed that it was going to get hit, and I ended up taking the trade a little bit before then for like 60 pips or 70 pips, whatever it was, and so on one of the positions, because it takes time. It takes time for these trades to form up. This is what I do on my main account. I'm very, very selective because I know that when I see what I want to see, I can go in, not super heavy, but I can go in with lot sizes that that I know I'm going to make some decent money on. And everything else are just fillers. The little scalps that I do here and there, they're all just fillers. But anyway, it's 12:30, guys. I'm going to shoot off because I know this video is going to take a while to get posted. So have a great rest of the week. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this video. And as you can see, the current balance now sits at 199.67, so we're £49.67 back above our starting balance of 150, and we'll just see how it goes. We'll just keep cracking on, guys, keep doing the daily videos, and hopefully we get to our target, right, sooner rather than later, hopefully. Alright, guys, so take care, and I'll speak to you soon.